Hello and welcome to the Bergcast. I'm your host, Brett Reed, and on this podcast series, we deep dive into the life of Division III athletes here at Heidelberg University. Today's guest is Maceo Matthews. Let me give him a little introduction. Maceo, during his time at Heidelberg, achieved 4-time All-Conference, Heidelberg's All-Decade Team, OAC's Ed Sherman Award, D3Football.com's All-American First Team, 2-time D3Football.com Team of the Week, Heidelberg's all-time leader in career yards and touchdowns, and not to forget, he is an NFL prospect. Maceo, welcome to the show.
What's good, people?
Nice having you on.
Appreciate it, man.
We've had to reschedule this multiple times. Probably the most I've had to reschedule anybody, but we finally got it done last week of school. But I guess we're gonna start with the easy question. Where are you from?
Miami, Florida, man.
And so, I guess I had Meech on, so I kind of already have a sense of what it's like to have fun in Florida. But
Definitely.
how far away are you from Meech? And
Man, I feel like I'll say about a couple hours, 2-3 hours from him, man. Not that far, but we never linked up. So
yeah,
that's kind of weird though, because we grew in college. We became best friends, so I feel like that's definitely weird that we didn't meet up since we from Florida.
Right. And so, what would you guys do down there for fun?
Man, work out for real. Besides working out, we just chill, man, relax, go on the beach, sit down, talk, have fun. Just talk about life for real, man.
So, where's your hometown?
It's deeper down into Florida. Here it's more up top, but mine is deeper down into there. So a lot of people ask me, how did you find this? Just having nothing though. I didn't have no offers come here. So that's one reason why I came here. I wanted to try something new. I wanted to get out of Florida. Never seen a snow ever before since
Oh yeah, it's something out here. So we'll get into that to a second, how you got here, but what was your high school like? How big was your high school?
I'm from one of the best high schools, from down there.
Really?
I think repeated state. When I left, they went back twice.
Wow.
But when I was there, we were supposed to win. Now we played a team called Carol City Senior High School.
Okay.
Rick Ross from there. So once we played them, it was a big game. It was that game was a state game. So whoever wins is going to win state.
Yeah.
So we lost. Career ended, but one of the best high schools. We just had an undrafted free agent signed to the Lions, Demetrius Taylor.
Really?
Last year in NFL draft, Tutu Atwell, he got drafted in the second round by Los Angeles Rams.
From your high school?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
And I played with both of them.
Wow, that's crazy. So
Definitely.
So how many people did you have in your high school? And how many people were on your football team,
Man.
do you think? If you had to take a guess.
On my football team, I would say about 200 people.
Wow.
Yeah, it was.
That's
how good the football team was. Because it's once you're a part of a team and they win, you would get any D1 offer. You're going to get offered if you don't even play because you're a part of a good team.
Yeah.
So they think you have the talent, so they're going to offer you anywhere. So
that's so crazy to think about, because I know Meech and in Florida, you guys don't have Division I, Division II, Division III. It's 1A.
Yeah, 6A, 7A, 9A. Yeah.
So that is, and you had 200 people on your football team. I only had 300. I only had 200 people in my school. Our football team.
School was.
Yeah, I'm sure it was something in Florida.
It was like a jungle. That's one of my coaches said. They went down there for recruit. They said the jungle down there.
So did you know everybody in your grade, or is that not even possible?
Yep, I knew. Basically, I was something like that, because when you play football down there, you don't know everyone.
Okay.
Basically like that. You're famous.
You're exactly.
You're famous if you play football.
See, it's funny because you ask anyone here, if you just play football, you're just not a kid.
Right.
But if you play football in Florida, you're that kid.
Especially if you make it to the NFL or any big league, they're gonna look up to you because football is huge where I'm from. So
right. And so how many people would you say, if you had to take a guess again, how many people would you say from your high school team went and played college ball?
That's a great question. From D1 to D3 to, from my class alone, I would say about 15 people. But since it's a bigger team, the next year class, it was off the hook.
Wow, so they probably had
It was so big, we used to have it in the library.
Wow.
They had to carry it to the auditorium. That's how big they were.
Wow, that's kind of crazy.
That's how big
I can't
it was.
believe that. I love getting a perspective on what it's like from Ohio to Florida. So I guess that'll move me into my next question. So, how did you get into football?
Man, growing up, I was young. My mother introduced it to me. So excuse me. When she introduced it to me, I fell in love with it immediately because I was so fast once I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
So once I started playing football, after that first year, I continued to play. I played. I stopped playing football I think one time in my entire career, and I think I was 13 years old. Like ever since then, I'm just always on football.
Mm-hmm. So do you have a favorite NFL team?
Miami Dolphins.
Miami Dolphins?
But at first it was the New England Patriots. But since Tom Brady left, I was like, okay, I'm going to go back to my hometown team. And
that's fair. That's fair. But, so you're young and you play, football in Florida. I'm just kind of reverting to what I know about Florida football. You guys have, I'm trying to think, drawing a blank. Club, not a club, like AAU, what would you call it?
Yep.
I forgot the name of the actual league.
It's like something like a little league football.
So did you guys have
something like that?
So you played in high school. Did you also play like on a travel football team?
Not necessarily. Like I said, my high school team was so big. So like once you played there, you want to focus on playing there because scouts come in there. I tell you no lie. I played down in Florida. I played against used to be the head coach, Mark Rick. He was playing right in front of me, but I dropped the ball in front of him. So that would make me sick. I was young, but I was good. But I was good. But when I dropped it in front of him, I was sick, man, because that was a big opportunity right there for me to showcase what I can do.
All right, so I guess that will move us into our very next question. How did you get to Heidelberg, or why Heidelberg? I guess
I was just home, man, playing football. My high school career wasn't so great. Like I said, I had no offers. So I was invited to a camp, an Orange Bowl camp, and it was like D3 schools, all lower level schools there. So I went there, tried out, did that, and I went home, and Brian Fox, he don't coach here no more, but he texted me, scouting me now, saying that they liked my film. I don't know why that's like that.
Oh, no, you're good.
I think it's the weather, but anyways, he was scouting me, telling me they liked my film. So me, in my head, I was like, no offers, no nothing. But as soon as he immediately texted me, I told him, I don't know, no recruit, no visit, no nothing. I never came on a visit.
Wow.
I never seen Heidelberg before. When the coaches text me, I said, I'm here. No nothing, no recruit, no visit, no nothing. I'm here. So after all that happened, once he texted me, I worked my way, starting to get the process going, the student aid, all that. So that's how I got here, man.
Wow, that is something. Usually you don't hear about, not coming on a visit, whatever, but that's kind of crazy. I know, that is very impressive coming from you, considering, all the accolades you have and not having any offers. That's just...
I promise you, I came, no visit. He offered me to come on a visit. I say no.
Just sign me.
I'm coming.
I kind of like that. I like that. I like that mentality. You're just you thought I'm a good player, sign me up.
I'm coming
That's
here.
awesome.
I don't
and
need
I
to
love
look at the school. I don't need to see nothing. I don't need no people. I'm here. I don't care how it looked. Nothing.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Well, that's good because some people, they see this place and no, it's not. So, that's probably good. Anyway, so we'll move away from the questions for a little bit.
Gotcha.
And so me and Maceo, we're going to play a game here. I'm going to have it on the screen that you guys can see, but we're going to play it off to the side here. So we're going to play, essentially, it's a game like WEDDLE, but it's an NFL version. So me and Maceo have 8 guesses to figure out who the NFL player of the day is. So my favorite player is the Vikings, and I love the Vikings.
Okay.
So I always start off with Kirk Cousins, but if you think there's someone else better to start off with, we'll put him down.
Got you.
All right, I'm gonna scoot up here so I can type this in. All right, so first guess, what do you want to go with? They give us some options here.
Let's go with Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill? All right, let's go with Tyreek Hill. All right, so it says that we got everything wrong except that his age is close.
28.
So he's younger than 28.
Joe Mixon.
Okay, let's go Joe Mixon. So we don't want to guess people in the... Okay, so we're not in the AFC East. We're not in the AFC North.
So you're above. So he's 26. 26, 27.
Yeah, 26, 27. It looks like he's taller than 6'1", not a wide receiver, not a running back, and his number is lower than 28. And I'm going to try to guess something.
Lower than 28, between 28 and 10. Because 10 is...
Oh, yeah. Okay, so that's Tyreek Hill's number.
It might be a quarterback.
It could be.
It might be a quarterback.
We could go an NFC. Let's go...
we could try Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, let's try Kirk Cousins.
Let's try Kirk.
I know Kirk's a little bit older, but that'll be a really good guess. So. Wait, younger than... Oh, yeah, maybe he is. Let's see.
Oh, yeah, I forgot the age too.
Oh, okay, we got so we got the division right. So they are in the NFC North. It's a quarterback in the NFC North.
Jared Goff.
All right, let's see. Jared Goff.
Let's go.
All right, let's go. Jared Goff. So
let's go, man.
It only took us 4 guesses. That's not bad. We'll take that. All right, so I guess we'll move into the next question. But that was impressive. We got that in 4. I was hoping that we would get it, not in 8.
Yeah,
so
guess why you tried Kirk Cousins the first time. I would have got that. I would have knew it was Jared Goff.
But those were all good guesses. So we'll move on to the next question. This is a question that I've never asked anyone before. Actually, I don't think I've asked anyone this before. So what is it like being an NFL prospect, and what does that?
Man,
what does it look like? What does it consist of?
That's a great question, man. It's pressure. A lot of people don't know, but I understand what other NFL players talk about. But it's a lot of pressure because, like, I went on a pro day to Toledo, and, like, 28 NFL teams out there, and, like, you just surrounded by so many scouts, so many business people, and when you just out there, you have to perform to your best of ability. Right. Like, you only get one opportunity at this. So think about you having one shot at making millions of dollars or a couple $1,000s. Yeah. So, man, an NFL prospect is fun, but at the same time, it's pressure. The fun part about it is when you're at practice and they coming out watching you, they coming to the game, scouting you. Yeah. That's the fun part about it. Another fun part about it is just being low key famous. Yeah, exactly. When I walk around campus, a lot of people say, okay, when I tell them about, okay, I went to the Dolphins or I went to Toledo, they get excited for me. So that's one fun thing about it too. But. And
it's funny because I know like Meech, and he's on the track team. So like we're the track team and the cross country team. We're really into football. Like we watch it all the time, and we're like, dude, like we go to the games. We're like, dude, Maceo's pretty good. Like and like we know you, like and obviously. We just know you because you're good. And, when we saw that you went to pro day and, we saw the picture with, I'll probably put it up somewhere on here, but you were with the Dolphins. That's crazy in and of itself. And then you have, I know the Twitter pages always says, like, thank you for visiting, like, the Titans were here today or whatever. Like, we know, like, you guys are on the field. And we're like, we have to go to practice too, so we're on the track. But, like, we're like, dude, someone was up there, like, watching the players today. Like, isn't that crazy? Like, that's just crazy to me that you guys have scouts at practice. And, like, dude, kudos to you for that.
And another fun thing about this is, like, seeing my teammates excited for me. Like, because, like I said, no offers come out of high school. So my teammates in high school wasn't like my teammates at Heidelberg. Heidelberg, you would really grow a brotherhood here. So, like, every time a scout come out to practice or they see me talk to a scout or something like that, always happy for me. Like, bro, Mace, I'm happy for you, bro. I hope you make it to the next level. Like, I hope I see you on TV. So that's definitely one fun thing about it, seeing your teammates and coaches happy for you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how you couldn't get happy for someone who's, like, so close.
Definitely.
I would be so. I mean, I'm happy for you, and I hardly know you, so like I'm sure your team is just thrilled, and I'm sure your family is just as thrilled as well. So how's your family been taking this all in?
They anxious, just as anxious as me, man. I get a call every day. What's going on? What's going on? That's another bad thing about it too. I'm gonna point that out because you have so many people in your ear pressuring you. Yeah. Okay, what's gonna happen here? What's gonna happen there? I don't know. I can't control the future. Right. It's all a business. They gonna call me when they call me. It's like that's another bad thing about it. Family just in your ear pressuring you about something that you can't control.
Right. And I just I would never know what it's like to have that much pressure on yourself. But at the end of the day, I'm sure you're like I made it this far, definitely. So like I can go farther. But something like I don't know, the achievements you have and everything. You're like, I'm proud of myself. Definitely. And I feel like as like a college athlete, you should always be proud of yourself. And I'm sure your family's just as proud. But the thing I was gonna mention just now is, you went on a pro day in Miami. Yeah. So, or not a pro day, you want to visit?
Something both in between. It's basically like I was there from 6 to 1 o'clock. So
okay. And then did you just go see your family right after? Or?
Did I? I stayed there. Well, I went there Wednesday and I left Sunday, so I was there with the family. I also went to the beach.
Awesome. That's awesome. So my next question is not a podcast question, but do you have a 5th year on you, or is this your last year?
I'm done, man.
You're done after this year?
Yep, I was here since 2017. It's time for me to leave, man.
Yeah.
It's time for me to get up out of here.
It's all right. It's the wrap up time. I guess we'll move on to our next segment, which is top 3. You sent me some pictures, but I actually put 2 into 1, and then I have some other ones too. But so we're gonna start with the first graphic here. So these are two pictures. One of you breaking the all-time touchdown record,
Yep.
and then the other one is the receiving yards. So the first picture, are both of these pictures from those games, or are these just other pictures they took and kind of just made a graphic of?
I believe both is from 35 is from both games.
Okay,
the
gotcha.
same games, I think, but I know that one on that side is from different games.
Okay, and then did you break these records in the same game, or were they both separate?
Both separate.
Both separate. Okay, and then what was your feeling like breaking both of them? Like, did you know?
Finally.
When I was gonna say, did you know when you were close? You're like, man, I'm close to the record.
That's why I feel like my last season wasn't so good. To be honest, thinking about breaking a record just made me not be at my best potential. I promise you, 500 yards wasn't in my sight. I was planning on breaking the school season. I was just breaking all the school records.
Right.
But since I wanted to break the career record so much, my game fell off a little because it was always on my mind that I need one more touchdown to break 32, or I need one more touchdown to break this, or I need such and such yards to get here. That's what it knocked me off my game plan. But I definitely knew coming into each game, I knew how many touchdowns or how many yards I needed to break it.
Yeah, and so it's just crazy that you have two records. What were your teammates thinking? What was your quarterback thinking?
He wanted to get me the ball, man. I'm gonna miss Drew. I'm gonna miss Drew playing with Drew because one of the best connections I had throughout college. As you can see, I had 9 my sophomore year, and I had 12. Then I had 9 again. In 5 games, I had 9. So connecting with him, I was just it's gonna be one lovely connection in 1 year.
Right.
Live with him. So.
And I mean, I'm only a sophomore. So how many quarterbacks did you go through? Did you only have 2 quarterbacks?
3 actually.
3?
Trace Reynolds, Jimmy Gephardt. Actually, I would say 4 because I played with Wendell Morrison. He threw me a couple touchdowns. Then Drew Sams.
Okay, yeah, I remember Wendell Morrison because he was here when I was a freshman. He only played, I think he only played 1 or 2 games, but then Drew came in. So I remember Drew. I only know Drew as the quarterback. So yeah, I know when we watch you guys play, we're like, man, he's well, we know who he's throwing it to half the time. So that's just how it goes. But yeah, awesome. We're gonna go to the next picture. This is you. I believe this is Outermind.
Yep.
And do you remember anything from that game or this picture in general?
Yep. I just treat him like a baby. That's how you got to treat him out there, man. See, I got the pacifier in my mouth. if you notice that, and I got the ball like a little pawn, and he's trying to get to the ball. So get away, little baby. So there's a lot of good pictures, I'm sure, of you somewhere out there. But would you say? I guess we'll have to go to the next picture to say this. No, this I feel like a top 3 picture. I love this picture. I can stare at this picture for 5 minutes straight. And just be like, okay, yeah, it's just beautiful.
Right.
It's just beautiful.
I mean, it is a great picture. It does. I mean, you can just tell that this kid is getting manhandled.
Then what points out to me, if you look at my cord, you can see a little bit of my pack. If you really.
Oh yeah.
To it. So,
a little bit. I guess it's hard to see with the. And then this picture, you're playing Mount Union.
Yeah.
So this is the question I was going to ask you. You had a great catch against ONU last year. Did anyone get a picture of that? Is there any picture out there of you just mossing someone?
I think so. I got a couple pictures like that, but the one last year from the last game of ONU, they only have it from the back, so you can only see the back of my jersey and not the front.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure that would be probably the best picture in your collection if someone got it from the front, because I remember that game. We'll probably touch on that later, that game, but this picture
that could be an hour segment.
But for this picture, I mean, do you remember this game?
Yes, absolutely. This is the first picture I ever posted on my Instagram.
Okay.
My sophomore year, playing the #1 team, Mount Union. So much talk about how good they was, but I know how actually my first time playing them, so I know I looked at their record. It was good, Mount Union.
Yeah.
Three catches, 97 yards. My first time ever playing them. That catch right there, dude. I still know him to this day. He get upset saying I pushed off on him, but as you can see, I high pointed the ball and just look how he looked. Come on, man.
He's just mad.
And I saw the Mount Union, that coach right there in that picture at Toledo Pro Day. He said something to me.
Really?
I looked at him who are you? He was you played against us 18 and you threw us up. I was oh, Mount Union head coach is yep, Maceo. I was wow.
So I know, playing them every year, how does the feeling go against that? When you play Mount Union, obviously they're high caliber team. But I mean, I'm obviously not knocking our team down. Like obviously, I think from watching college football, I would also think that we have a high caliber team just as well as they do. Obviously, they just have when you sell your team that well, I mean, it's just hard to get other people to come.
Right.
But what is it like playing Mount Union?
It's a great feeling playing Mount Union coming into it because they're the best team in the conference. Essentially, they're not only the best team in the conference, but essentially one of the top 2 teams in Division III football overall.
Right.
So that speaks for itself. So once you step on the field with them, they love to talk. So you let them do the talking, you just let your game do all the playing. So they love talking to me. So I say I don't like talking. I just let my game do the action.
That's good. That's good.
So every time I play against them, they love talking to me. I remember the last game I played against them. They was yapping. I don't know if you came to that game.
I was at that game. It was at home, right?
Yep. Before halftime. It was halftime. We got into it like a whole.
Oh yeah. I do remember that.
Yep, I was in the mix of that.
Okay, I don't know who was in the mix, but I do remember that.
I started that because they all came into my face, and my teammates telling me to leave, and I'm like, I'm not about to leave. They in my face, so I'm just standing there, and they all coming to me, and my teammates coming. Now we all about to get into it. It was a lot.
I remember we were on because how we sit behind the the end zones.
Yeah.
I remember we were just we were constantly just chirping at them. I was like, maybe this is good, maybe this is bad, but you do what you do. You roll the dice sometimes. But anyway, that's crazy. I'm glad you guys. I'm glad you have a good experience playing Mount Union, and I think it's always fun playing them because I always go I'm a student fan, and I always go into the game. I'm like, dude, we can beat these guys.
Definitely.
I never have doubt. So
next year, it's definitely a strong chance they beat Mount Union.
That's good. That's good. And I guess we'll go on to the next one. So, what motivates you? Athletically, and then as for school, graduation and stuff like that, what motivates you academically? So both of those.
Man, I just want to be great, man. It's just how I grew up. Just like I come with no offers, just working out every day, essentially preparing myself to just be great for the next level. Once I watch a lot of football in NFL, so I see how players' preparation are. Non-stop working out. You work out 3 times a day, 4 times a day. Not necessarily so much where you're burning out, but taking care of my body.
Right.
Working out, doing a lot of things that going to prepare me for the next level. But school-wise, I just know without football, I can replace football with that degree. And by graduating, if I ever get hurt playing football, say if I tear my ACL twice, my career essentially over with.
Yeah.
I go, my degree is right there to lean back on. Graduation, about 2 weeks from now. Hoping to get a call before 2 weeks that a team want to invite me to a camp. So besides that, man, it's just working out and just grinding to be the best that I can be.
It's good.
Yes, sir.
And I'm glad you have that kind of perspective because, there's some athletes who can get caught up in that stuff and they're like, you're just kind of just banking on your degree, but your degree, that's a high thing to have. And it's weird because, obviously you and I play 2 different sports. It's like I run and it's very, I would say it's almost easier, 100% easier to probably run pro than it is to play football. But the thing is with running, you don't even have to, that's what I'm trying to say, yours, the NFL is the highest thing you can go to, and you're almost there. The thing with running is that you can just run on your own, and I can always do that. I can go out and run whenever I want, and I always have my degree. The thing with you is you only have so many years on the team, and then you have your degree. So it's nice that you can recognize that and stuff like that.
Definitely.
So I appreciate that as an athlete.
Yes,
And then I guess we'll next question. So you've been here, you're a senior. So when I ask you this, you can have multiple. So what do you think your favorite memory is here as a Heidelberg student? Or I guess not Heidelberg student, Heidelberg athlete is what I meant to ask. So the thing I have down here is I have ONU ? And I just figured, that was a crazy memory just for me as a fan. So.
Well, speaking of ONU, I love playing against ONU. ONU has some of my best memories. My sophomore year was my breakout season. And the last game of the year was my breakout game going into the next year. And the last game so happened to be ONU Bendo Bowl game. And I think my career highs came against them. 9 catches for 195 yards and 3 touchdowns. And my final touchdown, I dove in the end zone.
Wow.
And that's one of the best memories I will have playing football because breakout season, last game of the season, 9 catches, 195 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
That's how you end a season. And diving in zone.
Yeah.
And it was just like it was so much fun.
Was it like a this, or was it like a cartwheel?
Blue, flipped and everything, and just landed on my back. Got up, ran out the field.
And then ONU last year. I mean, how would you rank that? Would you rank that definitely below?
No, that has to be on top.
Yeah.
That 26-6 at halftime. We go into halftime. We all in there talking, laughing, having fun, and just our captain Tremont just stopped it, shut it down. We came out the halftime, and I don't know what happened.
I mean, I watched that. So we were actually, we were in Indiana for a race, but we were on the way back watching in the van, and I was like, man, like this is rough. We're down 26-6, whatever, whatever you guys the score was, yeah. And I was like, man, we're gonna pull through. All of a sudden, score starts ticking a little bit, and then final play of the game. I still couldn't believe it, and I was in the van. So walk me through that play, like even when you walk up to like the line.
So before, like, they called the play, we called twist. I run a post, and I'm not gonna say what other player ran. So it's like that's a play call that they still might call. So I ran the post, a skinny post. I usually ran my post fat, but my Coach Smith, he told me run it skinny so I can stay behind the DB and so the safety won't come over. So I ran the skinny. I have no clue Drew was going to throw it to me because I knew if it was the last play of the game, I knew he was going to throw it to me. But I had to get my revenge from 2019, and we lost 34-28 on the last play of the game. They threw me a jump ball, but they threw it over my head, and we lost last play of the game of the season. This year was different. Like I said, I ran the post, and I seen my other guy ran the route under me. So in my head, I'm like, okay, what Drew about to do? I seen the ball go in the air, so in my head I was like, okay, this is about to be a jump ball, and this ball is mine. I don't care what he's about to do. Number 2 is suspect for ONU because in the spring I threw him up in the spring, so I do not understand for the life of me why would they have him on me on the last play of the game.
Right.
It just I don't understand why. I just understood that. I was just so
was he guarding you the whole game or just that play? Like
I scored 2 touchdowns on him basically that game, so I still don't understand why they guarded me. Number 21 from the team, I guess he locked me down. Like they threw me the ball, but he caused the incompletion one time. But I felt like if he would have been on me, it might would have been different. But I'm Maceo, it would have been the same outcome. Yeah. But the ball goes in the air. I'm trying to time it right. The jump ball in my head, I'm like, okay, you have to go get this ball. There's no other way around it. So before the ball in the air, I see it coming down. I jump. I ain't have no time to like wait to come to me. So I'm in the air already gliding. So like I got good air time. Yeah. So I'm hanging in the air for a second. Then I just know the defender under me. He's trying to stop me from going down. I'm like, no, I'm going up. Catch the ball. I looked at the video after my leg somehow turned and didn't break. Then like once you going in that motion, I just didn't know what to do. Yeah. I was so excited. Right. We was losing 26-6. I just go the game-winning touchdown on my last play of my career. Right. Heidelberg career. So I felt like this is unbelievable. Yeah. I'm really in my heart the best receiver ever in Heidelberg history. Right. Like after that play, that just showed me on everything. Like, my career was the best career ever. There's no way. How can someone career end like that? Yeah, I mean, that's the best way to end it. I mean, I don't even remember like what happened after you caught the ball because we were so excited. We were cheering in the van. Man, it's like, is it like a blur to you as well? Like a blur to me. Like all I just know is my teammates running on to me, coming up to me. I'm just happy. I'm running around happy. I don't like after I was saying like I should have gritty. Yeah. I should have danced. I should have done something to make them feel so bad because look. We played JV, the JV game. We was there at ONU, and they was talking to me. It was before the season started. Their players telling me they have something for me because like I said, ONU was the best team I played in my career. Yeah, I think I scored 2 touchdowns plus every time I played them. Every time, never locked me down. Yeah. So their players were telling me, "Oh, we got something for you, Maceo." I said, "Okay." So after that catch, and like after that moment, I was like, I should have grittied. I should have done something to break their hearts even worse.
It's funny because every time I saw Meech, I was like, Meech, you gotta hit the gritty.
Yeah.
I was like, Meech, you gotta hit the gritty this game. He's like, all right, I'll get it to you. And then I kept telling him, like, Meech, don't forget. He's like, all right. Then he finally hit the gritty the one game.
You had to miss the Adrian game. We did the gritty. We both
did you?
The touchdown celebration was our gritty. They threw a flag on us.
I watched the Adrian game. I don't think I watched the whole game. But I remember the only thing I remember from the Adrian game is Brandon Reed hit this kid so hard. And then I interviewed him. He's recently like my recent football player.
Uh-huh.
I remember he put that clip. He just nailed something. That's all I remember from that game. But you guys, that was a good game too.
Yeah, we had a handshake and we gritty.
Oh, that's awesome. I'll have to see if I can go re-see that or if it was posted or anything. So, I guess we move on to another segment for you. It's a team segment. So I'm gonna give you rapid fire questions, and you're just gonna name off the first person you can think of on your team. All right? So
it's been a minute, so bear with me.
So feel free to don't lie. You can be honest. All right. First question. Rapid fire questions. Here we go.
You got you.
Who would you give the aux to?
The ox. Rudy.
Okay. Who was always the happiest on the team?
Ooh. It's been a minute. My bad, man. Ain't been a part of the team.
You're good. Take your time.
Man. You said the most happiest?
Yeah. Always has a smile on her face.
I'm going to say Donges, man.
All right. Most likely to go TikTok famous.
Meech. He already is.
Who has the best hair?
Ooh. I'm going to say Shock.
Most likely to be late to practice.
Montavious.
Okay. Who is the biggest gym rat?
Isaiah is a lot, though. It's a lot.
Who gets clowned on the most?
Man, it's a lot. Man, who get clowns on the most? Ooh. Man. Jeez. Man, who's... Dang. I'm going to pass that. I'm going to come back with that.
Okay. Who do you think would be good at golf?
Oliver.
Funniest teammate?
I'm going to say Meech for sure.
Okay, last one. You have a kickball team. You're choosing 5 teammates. What 5 are you choosing?
Oh, yeah. Trey.
Okay.
Teddy. Meech for sure. Who else? If Jamie still was a part of the football team, like if you want to consider Jamie.
Okay, we'll come.
There's going to be great receivers. Who else on the DB? And I'm going to say Joe.
Okay, perfect. And that's all. You want to go back to the who gets clowned the most?
Who get clowned the most? It's a great question, man. Let me think back on the season. That's a great question. Because like I want to say who get clowned on the most. It's just like Don just acting like he's crazy.
Okay.
Like we just like I won't say talk about him, but I won't say clown. We just be like, man, what are you doing, man? Like,
okay, that's fair. We'll take that as an answer.
Like what are you doing?
And then so we'll end off with the last podcast question, and then we'll let you go. So if you had advice for freshmen, or I guess in this case, which is really good, advice for freshmen, and then advice for someone who has 0 offers but wants to play in college football.
Man, that last question gonna be hard because you just gotta have courage and just believe in yourself at the end of the day that you just want to be great. That if anyone call, if anyone just reach out to you, you're gonna just give it your all, and just never giving up is one of the key components to this, and just grinding. Cause like working out back at home over the summer, I worked out every single day. I wanted to separate myself from the Division III athlete, which I will say something like that did. But you go back to the first question.
And just advice for any freshman just coming into college.
School is important, and I feel like without school, you won't get nowhere without football. I mean, football is important, and football is the reason you're here, but school will take you farther in life no matter what. And I mean, like, no matter what, because when I was younger, my mother always get that degree into my head, and I will always live with that. I don't care what football do. I would be graduating and be getting my degree if I set out to do that. Football will be there, but that degree will always be there no matter what.
Right.
So that degree is important. But towards football-wise, just always work out, always grind. You want to separate yourself from the other athletes. When you're working out, just push yourself to the next limit, because in a few years, a few months, you're just gonna be a different animal, a different beast, and I feel like that's how I separated myself from a lot of players, and that's how a lot of people can separate themselves from other athletes, about just pushing and becoming a better version of yourself.
That's awesome. I love that answer. That was a great answer.
Yes,
would you say that being a student athlete, like being on a football team, like helps your, academics, because like, it keeps you in line, keeps you in check. Like if you don't have good grades, you're not gonna be able to play football.
Definitely, because like if you don't play sports and you like go to school, you just gotta have that love for school.
Right.
And I feel like if you on a football team or any sports team, you will just grow. Like if you don't really know school, they're there to help you, and I feel like that's the importance of being on a football team or a sports team, because you got help to look back on if you don't really know it.
Yeah. That's a good answer, and I appreciate that. And the thing I want to say to you is, I know I'm appreciative of having you on here. You're someone of your caliber, someone of your, all these achievements. So what I want to say, the final thing I want to say to you is thank you for coming on the show.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you having on, and best of luck to you, and hopefully you get to the league. I know my team, we want you to get to the league,
Definitely.
but I know your team probably just as well wants to get to the league, and just keep doing your thing, and you have that degree in a couple weeks.
Yes, sir, man. Wish everyone the best of luck. Wish you the best of luck. What, you got
Thank you.
3 years left?
3 more, yeah, 2 more years after this. So time flies, man. Time flies. But yeah.
And blink of it now. 2017, I was here. This is like 2022, man.
Time goes by. But thank you again for coming on, guys. Thank you for watching the podcast. This is the final one of the year. I'll leave Maceo's, all of his social media in the description, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Peace out.